Hi there everyone, welcome to our Facebook Live announcement of the 2020 season. Very exciting season for the Australian Ballet because it's my last one. But apart from that, it's also a fantastic suite of ballets. We've been able to put together probably the most ambitious program since I've been the director. I've spent all the cash, so it's all going to be amazing. But I've got the wonderful Benedicte, Bemet and Nathan Brook here, and we're going to talk to you about the season and what we're looking forward to. So I guess for me, it's been a long journey. It's my 38th year in the company, and this will be my 20th season as artistic director. So it's a perfect time to be putting together the farewell program. First of all, I guess no surprises. We're going to do The Happy Prince, and it's going to be premiered in Brisbane. And it's a ballet that we were going to be doing in 2019. We're now putting it into the 2020 season, and for me, that really makes a lot of sense because my very first commission when I was artistic director was Graham Murphy's Swan Lake, which turned out to be a huge success for the company, and another of the amazing works that Graham Murphy's created for arts companies around Australia. So Happy Prince, what are you looking forward to, guys?
Oh, I think it's such a colourful, story-based ballet. It'll be really fun sort of discovering those different characters.
Yeah, totally. I'm just looking forward to being in the studio with Graham again.
Yeah.
He's just such a part of the identity of the Australian ballet, and
such a wonderful energy and so encouraging, and I think really pulls out different things in
Yeah.
all of us, which is
absolutely.
And there's nothing more fantastic than having a work created on you, which is,
Totally.
you know, such a joy.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, the creative team's amazing. Kim Carpenter, who's an extraordinary artist himself, both director, dramaturg and designer, and as you can see in the picture, he's created
amazing.
all of those incredible costumes and sets, but also worked very closely with Graham on the synopsis. It's a story that he's done before in various different formats, and so he's really intimately in love with this story. And of course the music by Christopher Gordon, who is such an incredible composer, and I think every great Australian movie he's pretty much wrote the music for. So, so we're really looking forward to staging The Happy Prince, and that'll premiere in Brisbane and then go to Melbourne and Sydney across the year. So, really exciting. The next full length that comes up in the year, of course, is the costume that Mr. Nathan Brook is wearing here, Anna Karenina, which is a co-production that we've done with the Joffrey Ballet. It's created by the amazing Russian choreographer Yuri Posakov, with music by another amazing Russian composer, Ilya Demansky. Gorgeous designs by Tom Pye, and amazing lighting design by David Finn, and also some absolutely beautiful projections by Finn Ross. So, tell us about your character. You're standing here in Mr. Karenin.
Mr. Karenina. So it's going to be exciting, I think, exploring the themes of Leo Tolstoy's story, you know, like jealousy and society and love and all of those things that I think everyone can relate to. You know, I think Australian audiences are really going to connect with it. And yeah, I, for one, can't wait to sort of get into the studio with Yuri and really discover these mature aspects of the story. And
Yeah, really, it feels so rich and dramatic. And I was lucky enough to be there for the world premiere in Chicago, and it's just, I can't begin to tell you what a beautiful work it is. It's going to be so beautiful. And I was sitting there watching it thinking, our company is going to do this so well because we have so many incredible artists in the company. And it's got 5 amazing principal roles. Of course, Anna Karenina, Vronsky, her lover, Karenin, her husband, and Kitty and Levin, and then other sort of amazing secondary characters. So it's just the must-see work for the year. I can't tell you how excited I am to be presenting this work. It's a Kleenex experience, so yeah, make sure you come well prepared. So then the last of our big new works for the year, 3 new full-length ballets, is Halleck Renaud. Ta-da! Miss Bemet is wearing the costume for this is going to be such an exciting thing for the company because, as you all remember, Alexei Redmansky's done 2 extraordinary works for the Australian Ballet. Squalo di Ballo that he did in 2009, and then, of course, the Cinderella, which we have all loved. Having in the repertoire. Having Alexei in the studio for those 9 weeks was just such a pleasure. So to have him back, this time with his wife, to recreate a original Petipa work. So Halleck Renaud was actually created by Maurice Petipa, the great choreographer who did Sleeping Beauty and Swan Lake and Don Q and every ballet that you pretty much know was Maurice Petipa. But this was a work that he did, and then through the vagaries of time was lost. But Alexei taught himself the notation that captured all of these Petipa works, and he's been going around staging amazing reconstructions of the Sleeping Beauty. He did an amazing Bayadere that I saw in Berlin. He did a Paquita in Munich. He did a Swan Lake for Zurich, and of course the Sleeping Beauty he did for American Ballet Theatre. And Halleck Renaud is a co-production with American Ballet Theatre. Extraordinary designs by Bob Perzola. It's just going to be such a gem. It's like when you see these works that are being reconstructed, you feel like you're stepping back in time and you're in the Imperial Theatre in Russia watching, as the Tsars would have, these extraordinary works. But because it's Alexei, it's still got that freshness and that cleverness and the life that he puts into these works. It's not like seeing a dusty old museum piece. It's like you're seeing this ballet through the eyes of Alexei Redmansky for the very first time. And his detail when it comes to mime and gesture and just the authenticity of the steps, the use of the body, it's exquisite. I'm so looking forward to it. What about you guys?
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to actually working with Ratmansky on the ballet. Like as you said, his eye for detail and what he really brings out of everyone in terms of their movement quality is so exciting. And I think it's really exciting to go back to like a more purist aesthetic as well. Like today we can sort of get so carried away with how many turns and how big our jump is, to sort of really come back to the root of ballet and what it is. I think that will be really exciting. And also like seeing dancers from the American Ballet Theatre sort of do bits and bobs through Instagram and stuff. Then I think it'll be cool seeing our dancers take on those roles and sort of how people choose to, interpret them. Yeah.
And it's a Melbourne-only season for 2020, but stay tuned. It's going to be travelling. But just for next year, it's only in Melbourne. So anyone from around Australia, if you want to come and get the preview sneak peek before the rest of Australia, come down to Melbourne for the Halleck Renaud season. So there are 3 full-length ballets for the year, all brand new. But we also have 2 very exciting mixed programs. And the first one, which follows in after Happy Prince, is a program that we're calling Vault. And the reason we're calling it Vault is because when Wayne McGregor started creating work, it was like this volt of electricity that hit ballet and electrified the dance world across the world. And we've been so lucky to have a number of Wayne's works. And in my last year, I wanted to really bring back some of those amazing works, because he has, like, over the centuries, like Maurice Petipa, like Graham Murphy here in Australia, like Yuri Killian, like Bill Forsyth, his works have really re-energized and re-electrified ballet in the 21st century. And these 2 works, one of them that he created for us back in 2009, which is called Dyad 1929, an extraordinary work to Steve Reich's music and designs by Wayne himself, Moritz Jung, who did the costumes, and Lucy Carter, who's his long-term collaborator. It's just such a cool work. And, there's, as we said, there's nothing like having something created on you. And so it's something that we really, we feel very proud of. So it's great to bring that back. And also his masterwork, Chroma, which I think just really shocked and amazed and delighted everyone when it was premiered by the Royal Ballet. And it's a ballet that's now been seen across the world. And to match in with that program, our very own Alice Topp is going to create a brand new work called Logos. And Logos had its its what do you say? Its creative birth with Wayne and Wayne McGregor Company at the Grange Festival in June this year, 2019. And so she's created this beautiful duet on Wayne's dances. And she's always been very inspired by Wayne's work. And so he's been there to support her through the initial development of Logos. And then it's going to be world premiered, the full work in our season of Vault. So if you loved Aurum, and who didn't love Aurum, then, and in fact, even people in New York, when we took it to the Joyce Theatre, loved Aurum. So we're really super excited to be pairing the legendary Wayne McGregor with Alice Topp, who we think is going to also have a huge impact on the dance world. And then the last of the programs, definitely not the least, is a beautiful program called Molto. As you know, in most years we do a sort of a more contemporary program, and then we do a more sort of classic program. And I guess Molto leans towards the more classic program. But for my last season, I wanted to cram in as many different exciting things as I could. So Molto is a little bit of a hybrid, and so it's an evening where you get to see every sort of piece that ballet is in the 21st century. Probably the centrepiece for the program will be at the Australian Ballet's premiere of the iconic Frederick Ashton work, A Month in the Country. It is a ballet, since it was created in 1976, that has just been such a jewel in the crown of the Royal Ballet. It was actually seen here on the Royal Ballet's bicentennial tour of 1988, and it was danced by Antoinette Sibley and Anthony Dow. So we've got a very high bar to aspire to. But it is the work that dancers and companies around the world would really love to get to dance. And so we are so honoured and thrilled that Sir Anthony Dow has given us this opportunity to dance A Month in the Country. And once again, I think we have such extraordinary artists right at the perfect point in their career to dance this work. And we'll be so excited that Sir Anthony will be joining us for the final rehearsals, which premieres here in Melbourne and then comes up to Sydney in November. So to pair with that exciting premiere for us, we've got two of our resident choreographers' works to sit on either side. The first piece will be Tim Harbour's incredible Squander and Glory, which he created for the company in 2017. You were in it, weren't you?
I was,
yeah.
Yeah, the premiere,
Yeah,
It's
that's
fun.
so sweet.
It's a very sleek work. It's so beautiful. Music by Michael Gordon. It's a really sexy, but not in an overtly sexy way. It's
Subtly sexy.
yeah.
And it's playful.
It's
almost.
It's got this incredible set by Kelvin Ho, which at one point, if you haven't seen it, it's a bit of a spoiler alert. You realise that it's reflected in the background, and then you see the audience reflected in the mirror. It's amazing, and wonderful designs by Keto, and it's just a really slick, beautiful, classy, elegant, contemporary work, which will open up the program. Then we do Month in the Country, and then we finish with Stephen Bain's extraordinarily funny Molto Vivace. You know, funny ballets are like hen's teeth. You know, there's very few really clever funny ballets. And I remember when Stephen said, I want to challenge myself and do something with a bit of humour. And oh my God, because he has got such a wonderfully dry sense of humour, and it is just roll on the floor funny, and I think it's up there with The Concert and some of the other great works of humour, and it was such a success back in 2003. We've revived it a couple of times actually. Beautiful set design by Richard Roberts, and costumes by Anna French, and music by Handel, and so it's Baroque gone crazy. It's just so much fun. Did you do it when we did it in 20? Oh no,
I watched in the school, and I'm just beside myself. It was the little cupids, like everyone looked so beautiful, and there were like really beautiful, like quiet moments as well.
Yeah.
Like it sort of had a bit of everything, but
And the music's incredible.
Yeah, it's such a great. It's a great ballet, and it's one that I think will leave the audience on such a high after seeing this beautiful, sleek, sort of athletic piece with Squander, and then you get the drama of Month in the Country and the heartbreaking story that happens and unfolds there, and then left in tears of laughter instead of tears of sadness at the end of Molto Vivace. So a really exciting program.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be so great to see the company, who are dancing so extraordinarily well, challenged in all these repertoire. As pretty much for most of you, it's all new. So, and for our audiences to see so much new work in 1 year, I think it'll be such an extravagant and exciting time. Thanks, guys.